Hello everyone, welcome back. For this next match of the quarterfinals, it will be Poland versus Argentina, a winner's bracket match. Very exciting one between two super hyped teams this year, honestly. I'll be Real Mass and casting this with Secret. Hello.
Hello, how you doing? I'm doing pretty great this Saturday morning. Saw some pretty good matches already so far today, and like you said, this one's gonna be, in my opinion, probably one of the better matches of the weekend. It is the winner bracket match, like you said, seed number 2 versus seed number 7. Which team do you have favored to win this one, yourself or us?
Myself, I have Poland being favored to win, but I can honestly see Argentina going and winning this because Argentina, as we know, has the potential to perform at an absolutely astronomical level if everything goes right, but still waiting sometimes on Argentina to get everything right because they feel like on a lot of the matches and even qualifiers haven't been playing to their full potential because this potential is very high for this team. But the PKMs also agree with me mostly. It's actually 89% for Poland, which is pretty one-sided for a match that could honestly go either way. But it is gonna be right away with the bans. We see Nomad 4 for Poland and HD1 for Argentina.
Yeah, getting straight into the pick as well for Argentina. It seems like they pretty much know what they're doing. It's going to be the Nomad 2 pick for Argentina. And I mean, this one, I think it makes pretty much perfect sense.
Yeah.
Want to get your feet wet into a first pick. And I think this one, pretty good for Argentina, all things considered.
Yeah, it's with the main roster of Argentina, which would be Story, Sorokonzax, and Valperke. You can honestly expect 3 FCs. It's probably not happening, but it is a potentially... It's a possibility for sure. On the other side, for Poland, though, also very solid team, honestly, on pretty much everything on this pool, I would say. It's gonna be very tough because both of these teams are not at a level where they struggle with this pool, I would say, unlike some other teams we've seen so far on the loser bracket, so it can be a very interesting one.
Yeah, I think we could honestly see 6-way FCs on some maps in this pool between these two teams. That's just how strong, the top 8 is in comparison to pretty much everybody else that's left in the tournament. I'm assuming for Poland, we're going to be seeing Trigon, Bob, and Philo on the top here. There we go. This one's probably going to be the roster for a lot of the no-mod maps for Poland. Going to be seeing Fob and Trigon in for, I'd say, pretty much every map. In Argentina, you're going to be seeing the same 3 pretty much the whole match, with maybe Nullcat coming in for DTs potentially.
Yeah, and even then, it's not even sure, so we'll be seeing these faces a lot. I'm very excited for this one. Is it the first winner bracket match of the weekend? I think it is, right?
I think so.
Yeah, it is.
Pretty sure it is.
Yeah. So we will see how the actual top teams perform on this pool because it is more difficult than usual, but still these players are so good that they should not really be struggling on any of this. Also, at the same time, there should be China-Mexico happening on the other channel, but it looks like we're missing Mexican players, so I'm not sure this match is happening actually.
Yeah, I think they have a few minutes to at least get here, see if they can get some players rounded up for that one. But you'll know shortly whether a match will be a forfeit or not. But going into this match, we're getting straight into the map. It's going to be Nomad 2, first pick from Argentina.
Yeah, I gotta show up on the first pick for sure by Argentina. I think both of these teams really have to win their own picks in this match before it goes out of hand. Just a single breakpoint could be the difference maker, honestly.
Oh yeah.
The map will ramp up a bit in difficulty. The intro is slightly easier. We'll be getting 200 combo pretty easily in the intro section. And once again, not expecting many misses, honestly, from these two teams, so everyone will count.
Yeah, speaking of misses, the first one is going to be from Story in that top right corner. Is missed after 200 combo, so it is going to be worth a bit. It is traded quickly by Philo in the top left.
Yeah, but I do believe that Story missed more than Philo, so it will be still an advantage for Poland as long as no other misses are found, especially with this miss from Philo though. This will go straight away to Argentina with everyone managing to get back to 200 combo. I mean, Story recovering.
Yeah, this stack section right here could be seeing a few more misses. There's going to be one from Sir Gonza on the bottom right.
Yeah, which gives a slight edge to Poland, but it's still anyone's game, honestly, at this point. And Philo will be finding several misses here, and once again, everyone on Argentina will capitalize on that with more than 200 combo. And Trigon in the slow section! This is not what you want to miss on.
Yeah, it seems like it didn't just move as far as he needed to on one of those notes. That was going to be about a 2-miss gap between the two teams right here, going into the final third of the map.
Yeah, now we'll need actually, like I would say, 2 misses from Argentina to be able to come back.
Yeah.
Well, Turkey still with the SS. Might be holding till the end. Still Fob as well, but we're not really seeing any misses so far on this outro section. Oh, and it's Philo.
Yeah, I mean, that miss is pretty much gonna seal it. Argentina looking super strong on their first pick. I mean, they only had a couple of misses between the whole team. I mean, Poland, even then, they still look pretty strong on this fob. Pulling out the FC, the SS even, for the side of Poland. Trigon only having a single miss. So, honestly, well played to pretty much every player in this lobby, with Velpike involved with the SSs.
Yeah, no, absolutely. The scores are all very solid, and we see that this is very high level also catch. Any miss can be the difference maker, and it has been the case here. We won't have very one-sided picks on this match. We don't really expect that because of the level of these players. But so far, secured pick for Argentina on the first one, and waiting on the Poland first pick now.
Yeah, and then this pick from Poland, honestly, this is pretty much the pick that you could kind of associate with Poland at this point. They're going to be going straight into the Nomad 3. So it's pretty much going to be Fob and Trigon's playhouse, I'd say, in terms of a pick.
Yeah, I mean, as we've said on previous matches, this is a very unique map, very unique style. It's kind of a gimmick style even. VAR is quite unconventional for these difficulties, kind of high CS, very unconventional patterning. It's not something that a lot of players play, but if I expect some players in this tournament to be comfortable on this style, I would say Fob and Trigon are two of these players. Also, we get the confirmation that the other match was a forfeit, unfortunately. Mexico will be eliminated of this tournament, finishing top 24 because they couldn't get a lineup against China, it seems.
Yeah, and that is going to lock in the next match in terms of the loser bracket. It's going to be Australia versus China. Funny enough, both those teams had forfeits for their matches, so it's going to be their first time playing.
That's true.
In the match in the week this week. Yeah. You usually don't end up seeing that, but I mean, I guess we got a little bit of a special occurrence here this week.
Yeah, still no scores revealed for either of these rosters. Will be good, but the rosters so far, we see Philo being switched out for Bobber, and on the other side, as expected, will be the same core roster for Argentina. And excited to see the scores on this one, honestly.
Yeah, we do see one substitution. Bobber Darkness coming in for Philo. Not that surprising. Bobber, I think, better on the low AR overall. I mean, this is the Poland roster that, or the Poland team that FC'd the Nomad 3 last week, triple FC'd the Nomad 3. And this one is definitely a bit harder, so we'll see a few misses. First one coming in from Fob, though, that's not what I expected at all.
No, for sure. And then followed by Bobber actually, which is gonna give...
Yeah, and Sargon.
Yeah, it's traded, but still slightly in favor of Argentina. It is one miss. From Ciro Gonzag's missing a lot actually in this section. I think this will go back to Poland, even if slightly.
Very, very slightly, I think. I think this part coming up, there's some doubles that are really hard.
Doubles.
Yeah, this right here.
See.
2 misses, 3 misses. Yeah. 2-for-1 trade in favor of Argentina here. So they're going to build up their lead a little bit more.
Yeah, and once again, actually, it's Developer K holding for Argentina on this pick. Fob still had an early miss, but recovered very nicely. Still anyone's game, I would say, but not comfortable for either of these teams. Yeah, the score difference will stop around a bit less than 30k, which is, yeah, a bit more than a miss. But Bober, though, will find a miss.
Traded by Sargon to this, so nothing too big. Not much is going to be changing overall.
Yeah, but Bober, once again, you can't really load that on your first pick for Poland, so it's running away from them. There's still only 1/4 of the map left and 50k to recover. Oh, this might be it though, because Velperk and Story both break.
Yeah, it's pretty much going to even things out between these two teams. Might give a very, very slight lead to Poland, all things considered.
With Story missing, it is.
Yeah.
But still, if it's a trade, it's a double trade though from Argentina, which will leave more score advantage to Poland. Finally managing to get the score advantage back on their own pick. It was looking scary, but Fob and Trigon still holding through the entire second half will make them able to get this one. But it was a close one for most of it.
Oh, yeah, definitely a lot closer than I think Poland would have wanted it to go for them on this pick for sure. I think coming in with your first pick only being a 50,000 point win, you might be feeling a little bit pressured into the future picks. So we'll have to see how they'll do for that one. But for now, tied it up at 1-1 between the two teams. It's going to be going straight into Argentina's next pick. Kind of got to wonder what will they be picking with their next pick. You could see something like a Nomad 1, which they picked before. Could see them venture into maybe the double time or the hard rock pool against Poland. We'll have to see.
Yeah, but as we've just seen from the first two picks, no pick is gonna be very comfortable because both of the teams are gonna be competitive on each other's picks. So there will be a lot of tension in this match.
Yeah, they are going to be going into the double time 3. I mean, anything you can do against Poland to really try to get either Trigon or Fob out of the lobby is what you want to do. That should be your sole objective as Argentina. Try to get them out of the lobby, because those are the two members who are going to be doing the best on pretty much every single map for Poland.
Yeah, I still believe we should be seeing Trigon on this, but not sure about Fob though. Has obviously not been known to be a DT player. And on qualifiers and the first week, I believe, when Argentina was playing DT, Story was not playing DT, known to not like to play the mod, but they kind of don't have a choice if they really want to perform against such a competitive opponent. So
yeah.
I think the roster is just gonna stay the same again.
Yeah, at least it should, in my opinion. I think these three are pretty much the best from Argentina for every single map. And for Poland, it's really a question of who's going to be coming in for this one. Do they put in Jakoban, who's pretty much the DT player of Poland? Do they put in either Madsen, who's been one of the up-and-comers for Poland as well? Seems like they're going to be going with the same three that have been pretty much tried and true for Poland for pretty much a long time at this point. Trigon, Bob, and Bobber of Darkness. Same as the last map, pretty much every single member. So, gonna be a bit of a switch up from the low AR into the DT.
Yeah. It's quite a fast one. It's very stream based, so a lot of precision and a bit of speed. It is very volatile though, it is less than 2 minutes. It goes away really quickly. It's easy to build combo because it streams, but it's also very easy to break because of the node density. So we'll see. Probably finding a couple of early misses actually, but it's also traded by story. I didn't notice, but this will be in the advantage of Poland now with Zero Gonzaga finding a couple of misses also in the intro. In story again, Argentina not having a good time on the beginning of the map.
Yeah, Poland seeming to find their footing so far, but that footing is going to go a little bit worse as Bob does find a second miss, but Bobber of Darkness and Trigon still holding to the FCs along with vv2166864724.
Yeah, and story recovering to 200. Will make this a bit more stable for Argentina. Will need more misses coming out from Poland if they want to win their own pick, honestly. And this is not a long one. We're already halfway through. vv2166864724 though.
Yeah, it is traded by Fob. Fob gets another one. He's not having a great time on this DT pick
and
so
again,
far.
And Trigon.
And missing Trigon too.
And that
pretty big advantage.
Oh,
that's a huge advantage now.
Oh, it is absolutely huge now. Everyone is at 200, absolutely capitalizing on these 3 misses. The map is not long, so we'll need a collapse from Argentina to be able to come back from this already 70k deficit.
Yeah, and Trigon's miss is just gonna make it even more. One miss traded by Story and vv2166864724. Hold up.
The score lead is decreasing for Argentina. If Gonzags were trying to miss, Story will find one. Is there enough time for Poland to come back on this when they get to break
It's possible. They need to hold. They need to hold. They need to see one more miss coming in from Argentina. It needs to be very soon. It needs to be pretty much now.
It won't happen,
They don't have
though.
the time.
Oof.
Argentina barely clutching out their second pick, DT3. Huge plays from Sir Gonza and Bobber Darkness. Only one misses between the both of them. Well played to them. Just Argentina slightly edging out Poland on that pick.
Yeah, very slightly. Like, every pick is so crucial and every pick is won by so little so far in this match, making it really exciting. For the players, it has to be a very stressful time though. Because you know that messing up a tiny bit more than you were expected to might cost your team the win. So, was a good one from Argentina. Can they keep up the streak? We'll see, but now it is time for Poland to pick.
I think the good thing that you can take out of that map for Poland is Bobber did really well on that pick.
Yeah, that's
usually
true.
When you think of Poland, you think Trigon and Fob, Trigon and Fob. That's pretty much what you think of when you see Poland. But Bobber was pretty much the MVP for Poland on that pick. So at least you can go into your next picks saying, okay, our third member is doing pretty well, all things considered. If he can keep that up, then we can go into our picks, we can do even better. So that's kind of the mentality you gotta have here for Poland going into their second pick. Could see them maybe going for the hidden pool. Could see a mixed mod as well. I could definitely see a mixed mod being good, but they're gonna be going into hidden 3. Not that surprising considering it is Poland.
No, for sure. Poland known to be an HD team ever since Fob and Trigon had their pretty big breakouts. I mean, Fob has been the HD player for a longer time. But
the only thing is Poland's third player for hidden is always the question. Bob has been pretty much telling me for a long time at this point. He's like, I wish Poland had a third hidden player. I need somebody in Poland to learn hidden. So I'm gonna give a little bit of a public announcement. Bob is looking for a Polish hidden player. If you are Polish and you want to be a hidden player, go ask him, because I'm sure he will gladly accept you under his reign. He will gladly help you out. They need him.
Yeah, but the standard is pretty damn high though, so good luck with that.
I think it's gonna be Bobber of Darkness probably for Poland on this hidden pick. But going just from the double time into a hidden, it's not the easiest of transitions. Even though Bobber did do very well on that last pick for DT, it's a completely different beast going into hidden. So.
Yeah. Also might be the first time we see HD3 actually being played in a match this week.
Yeah. I don't think it has been played. Not that I remember.
Yeah.
I'm actually going to be seeing Philo swapping in for Poland instead of Bobber of Darkness. So maybe he's been getting ready for this one. It does make sense because it is Poland's pick.
Yeah, but to be fair, I think this is probably the HD that you can probably play the best if you're not a full-on HD player.
Yeah.
If you have the mechanical requirements to play this, it shouldn't be that hard. Still, a couple of standstills can be a bit awkward to play on an HD if you're not used to it, but nothing that's impossible even if you don't play HD, so I think Philo makes sense here.
It is true. But again,
Let's
that
see
also
what.
means on the side of Argentina, Sergonza, not the most experienced hidden player. That means he's probably
Yeah.
going to be a little bit better on this map than you would expect him to be on, say, the Hidden 2, for example. So even though it is a bit advantage for Poland's third player, it also means Argentina's third player for the Hidden is also going to be a little bit buffed on this one comparatively.
No, for sure. The core 2 should be strong, but it might be a third player match here, honestly, on this map, depending on who's better between Philo and Sir Gonzags. Going into the first K section, so far so good for every player. Velperky will actually be the one finding a lot of drops here.
Yeah, he pretty much missed one Hyper Dash and that caused him to miss like 7 notes in a row. It's been unfortunate, that's kind of how this map goes. But I don't think one miss will pretty much determine this map. At least, I hope it doesn't, because that'd be pretty crazy if these teams get 5 FCs from this point on now.
So far looking really good though, actually. Everyone, even the third players, who are not HD players, are performing on this one.
Yeah.
Velperky also recovering nicely. 25k advantage for Argentina is not for Poland is absolutely not a comfortable lead. Can be thrown away really quickly. The small stream section as a build-up. No one will be finding misses, it looks like. Story actually will be finding one and breaking the FC, and again, more misses.
Poland looking super strong on this. I mean, still 3 FCs, 1 SS actually from Willow.
No, very impressive. It's actually only Sir Gonzags holding the FC for Argentina, which I think most people would not have expected.
One is a bit longer than your average hidden 3 pick, so it is still got a bit of map left, about 1/3. It's definitely possible for things to switch around. Only need to see 3 misses from the side of Poland to swap it over.
Yeah, but it is a lot to ask of this Polish roster, honestly, on HD.
Yeah, it's true. One miss from Sergonza, it's not gonna make things any better for Argentina.
Yeah, and now it's 3 FCs against 0, and at this point the question is, can Poland still hold these combos all the way through the end of the map? Because this is looking like a great team. So Philo will be dropping, unfortunately, but still 2 FCs is incredibly impressive at this point.
Yeah, I mean, this is also this is the Fob and Trigon experience at its finest, you know?
Yeah.
You see them playing hidden, this is kind of what you have to expect. And I mean, even then, Philo as well did an amazing job on this pick, coming in as the 3rd player. Definitely can't understate how well they did. Even though they're not FCing like the 2 teammates, still, a 1 miss is still pretty much better than everyone else on the side of Argentina, so.
Absolutely
huge team score from Poland right there.
A single, no, 2 misses actually, for the entire Polish roster is extremely impressive. Didn't go that well, honestly, for Argentina. I would have expected maybe a bit better scores. But this is also kind of the nature of the map. If you miss once, it's very easy to chain miss. So far, 2-2. No breakpoint. Every team winning on their own picks. Looking good for both teams, but also means that the first breakpoint will be a major turning point in this match.
Yeah, we're going to actually see Argentina's pick coming out straight away. It's going to be Hard Rock 2. This one, I think, is honestly a very good pick, personally, against Poland. You're trying to do everything you can to get Trigon and Fob out of the lobby, right? You picked the DT3. It didn't work. They both stayed in. Maybe it'll be a little bit different for the Hard Rock 2. We'll have to see.
Yeah, we'll have to see. It's obviously the Precision HR pick. I believe with HR it comes around TS 5.8, something around 6 maybe?
Yeah, something like that. I think it's 5.96 maybe.
Actually it is 6. I mean, it is written 6 on this, so I will believe that. But a very precision-based map. The patterning is not too unusual, but it is very easy to trip up if you're not that used to playing high CS. But honestly, all of these players should. But as you said, we'll see if we actually get to see Bob on this. Is the big question, because I would expect Trigon to play this at the very least.
Honestly, I'm not sure. It's going to be really close to see. I will say though, I think this map, coming out of Hidden 3, this map is pretty similar, all things considered, to Hidden 3 in terms of how it plays with your key movements, right? You got two maps that are mostly vertical focused in terms of your tapping. And it seems like we're actually going to be getting the same roster from Poland, Pillow swapping out for Bobber of Darkness. So,
Yeah.
Argentina's trying to get Fob and Trigon out of the lobby, not successful.
But
And, I mean,
another...
at that point, you probably think they're going to be staying in for every map at this point if they're staying in for this one too.
Yeah, but even then, right, even if you don't get them out of the lobby, if you force them to play stuff that they're a bit less comfortable on, that could also be the strategy for Argentina.
Yeah. I mean, and again, this is also pretty much Argentina's strong point as well, is the Hard Rock and DT pool. So, a bit of a bad matchup, you could say, for Poland, considering Poland's strengths are Nomad and Hidden. It's a bit tough. We're going to see two misses, one traded out from Velperke and Bobber Darkness each, but Bobber's miss right there is going to be a little bit more impactful because he got another one.
Yeah, for sure. Velperke recovering the combo, so giving an advantage to Argentina. It is not a long map at all. It is also not that dense in terms of combo. Story will be finding the break though.
Yeah, that one has to go into combo.
Yeah, and it's traded by Fob, unfortunately. Fob held. Could have been super good for Poland, but will not be the case.
Yeah, Bobber's second miss right there, or third miss I should say, gonna make things pretty massively. Does everyone remember this part? No, Sir Gonza misses on the slow part. Bit unfortunate. They could have extended to a really massive lead.
Oh, Bobber. Bobber missing
Nobody
on the
getting
slow
spawn
part.
trapped at least.
Yeah, but the combos have been reset recently for Poland, and I mean, now it is in their favor slightly. No, it's not actually.
Yeah, they need two misses coming out from Argentina.
Yeah, that's the thing. Honestly, we could see them at the very end on some of these sections. But as long as there isn't anything, really Poland will not be able to come back.
Getting into the final seconds of this map. Doesn't seem that there's going to be an opening given in from Argentina here. Bobber's miss is traded with Velperke. But it seems like Argentina, they hold it out through the ending on this one. Bring into a 3-2 on winning their pick again. Each team winning their picks back and forth, back and forth.
Yeah.
Kind of what you expect from this match.
I mean, triple 950k on this. Yeah, this
everybody got 950k on Argentina pretty much.
Yeah.
So, well played from each of them. Trigon with the FC as well on one of his weaker mods, you could say.
Very impressive, but yeah, didn't work out for Poland, but it was an Argentinian pick. Once again, everyone is trading blows. It is still even in this match, as long as someone doesn't miss pick or have a bad performance on their own pick. So if this keeps up, we might be looking at a tiebreaker, honestly, in this match. Okay, it's gonna be mixed mod 2 coming from Poland, which is a pick that I think you would have expected at some point from them, it being the low AR mixed mod, and Poland has been known to be a very solid low AR team.
The thing that I'm wondering is who's going to be playing the Hidden for Argentina? Is it going to be Story or is it going to be Velperke?
Yeah,
you know Sir Gonza is going to be playing Hard Rock. That's for sure.
Because even if Argentina has a lot of players who play HD, not necessarily good low AR HD players in the roster. I mean, as good as the ones on the Polish side, that's for sure. So we'll have to see. But yeah, now that you mention it, that's right. It might be the big difference here that Poland is counting on, gapping just the HD player.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing you have to really aim for if you are Poland, is trying to find the advantages where you can in terms of the Hidden roster. Because I mean, we already saw in Hidden 3, the Hidden for Poland is just better, you know.
Yeah. And honestly, I'm not expecting bad performances on HR. I don't know, maybe as an HR player I have more insight on this one, but I feel like it doesn't really get that much harder with HR other than the middle section, which is very FCable, so...
Yeah, it seemed pretty much like this would be a hidden and Nomad battle.
Yeah.
I mean, the Nomad, not the easiest thing when it's AR 8.3, unless you have the players for it, which I mean, I think Poland's probably the best team when it comes to having 2 low AR players with Fob and Trigon. Bit interesting though, we do see Madsen coming in for the first time this match on the Hard Rock slot, I assume. Could be the Nomad. Maybe we have Trigon going Hard Rock. Fob is definitely going hidden though, that's for sure.
That's the other possibility. It will be... We don't know yet. Is there an HR player for Poland, or... Okay, we should be getting it. Okay, it is gonna be Madsen.
Had me a little worried for a second there.
Yeah.
I was like, where's the mods at?
But the HD player is gonna be Story for Argentina. And lots of misses actually very early on for Argentina on Nomad and on HD. Or actually no, it was just Boncho.
Yeah, only on hidden.
Yeah.
Story finding one of the misses at about 30 combo. Won't be a make or break situation for them. Everybody hitting that little spicy triplet in the intro.
Should be looking good. Really, the section you want to look out for is this one with some of these wiggles, which have doubles. Very easily missable, and it is going to be missed by Story. And contact and Story again. Against no miss for Poland. Poland showing again the low air supremacy on their own picks.
Yeah, and something to note is I saw Story actually tried to stand still on one of the double wiggles. So, a bit of an interesting choice from him there.
Not quite sure what's going on with the client right now. We should be getting back into it because I believe there wasn't really an issue with just the tourney client, probably. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, there we go. And it seems pretty much we've had a lot of breaks coming in for the side of Argentina at this point. I mean, Poland, I think they're still triple FCing, right? Yeah, they have to.
I believe so, yeah. Wow, the team scores from Poland on their own picks are looking amazing so far in this match. And it is going to be a triple FC, I believe, from them. Unless there was a miss at like the first node.
I don't think there was. Yeah,
Yeah,
no, there wasn't.
Wow, that is a crazy team score to go against.
See, that's not even their team score, by the way, because
No,
we
that's
missed
not.
a bit of the score. They got a 3 million. They just triple.
Yeah, they did. Wow, an amazing pick coming from Poland. Each team is looking so good on their own picks, but this was absolutely one of the most one-sided ones.
Oh yeah. After that, you kind of gotta wonder, what will Argentina go for? You're getting to the point in the match where you're starting to probably run out of comfort picks in terms of ones that you feel like you can win very easily, right? We've seen Argentina win DT, they've won Hard Rock, and they also won one of the Nomads. They go straight into Hard Rock 3, which, honestly, I don't like this pick. This one is gonna be really sketchy. This one is probably the easiest Hard Rock pick in the pool, in my opinion.
It is, but I get the idea that Argentina is confident in their HR abilities. I think here they're banking on their own strength and knowing that they will be consistent. But as you said, being one of the easier maps in the pool, Poland is not going to have that HR weakness. It is something that they absolutely can play probably to the same extent as Argentina. So it's going to be a consistency battle mostly.
Yeah, the thing is, with this map in particular, I don't see Fob and Trigon struggling at all on something like this. So, I personally would have went with maybe even the DT1 if I was Argentina. But this one, they're still probably slightly advantaged, but there must have been other picks that were better, at least in my point of view. Maybe I'm wrong though, maybe they're just going to triple FC it every single time for Argentina. Poland definitely have the potential to do the same thing.
That's what we're expecting, honestly, when you're picking this in a winner bracket match, honestly.
Yeah.
But not a comfortable pick to make, that's for sure.
No Fob?
Okay. Yeah, it looks like Fop will not be playing this one, I believe, for the first time in the match, actually, right?
Yeah, I believe so. And I mean, Madsen did have a very good performance on the last mix mod with Hard Rock, so it does make sense to bring them back in for the Hard Rock 3, at least here.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, if we had like an ability to do double channel predictions, a really good one would be guess Trigon's accuracy on this map. That one would definitely be a good prediction, because Trigon is known for not having the best of accuracy because he kind of ignores the droplets for the most part, and this map definitely has a lot of spicier droplets.
For sure. Honestly, yeah, the most difficult part of this map might be the accuracy.
Yeah, I mean, that might end up mattering, you never know. These teams are definitely good enough to where accuracy actually could matter on something like this, even though it usually doesn't. If you're missing a lot of droplets, it could definitely make up a few thousand points of score, and I mean, that's enough if you're getting the same amount of misses as the other team.
For sure. But Argentina has to perform on this one, obviously, their own peak. Still haven't seen the breakpoint. Any map could be it at this point. Getting the intro correct for all of these players as expected. The first potential misses are going to be on the stack section following this on the Ki.
Yep.
And there we go. Not expecting a lot of misses. And so far so good for both of these teams. With just a slight accuracy advantage for Argentina, actually, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's like 3 droplets so far, but that is going to be the first miss from Upper K. It's going to be a pretty massive one too. I believe he missed one of the stacks. And it's going to be another one. It's 2 misses from Argentina. That's a huge lead for Poland already. Feeling pretty good about this one, seeing into the break that they're already up by 2 misses.
And yeah, at this point, this pick is in Poland's hands because it is possible that we don't see enough misses simply coming out from Poland to be able to recover this for Argentina. It might be over.
I mean, like I said, this map is one of the easiest ones in the pool. So even if you're not a Hard Rock team like Poland, you can still do very good scores on this. I mean, it is winners bracket. You expect pretty much the best from both of the teams.
Still, we never know when Poland might miss, but they've been looking so solid on the consistency, honestly, that it's a lot to expect them to miss on this.
Yeah, I mean, this part has some power jumps. You see another miss from Story, and Sergonza finally falls.
Philo will break, but that's not nearly enough for Argentina.
Yeah, they need at least like 3 or 4 more misses. And that miss from Velper K, they have no more combos on Argentina. They have nothing going for them at this point. Madsen's still holding the SS. Only a little bit of the map to go, a little bit of a sliver, about 1/6 of the map left. Philo drops again, but it just doesn't matter. Story trades it.
Yeah, no, it's just not enough. And you were talking about how this pick is kind of scary for Argentina because if one of these maps in Poland can perform, and that's absolutely what they're doing on this pick. Philo is finding a couple of misses, but Trigon and Madsen still holding to the FCs is not allowing Argentina to come back at all. Madsen will find a miss, but it's way too late.
Sadly, the SS doesn't last till the end. Trigon's FC does till the end. But yeah, pretty big mistake there, I think, from Argentina coming in with that pick. First break point of the match. You gotta wonder if they could have gone for something else, maybe.
Yeah, you gotta wonder if they didn't have better options. Because this is the first break point of the match, and it might be the only one needed for Poland, honestly. Because still looking at it, I'm pretty sure that Poland can go for like HD2 very comfortably. Okay, and that's absolutely what they're gonna do. It makes a lot of sense. Yeah, no, it is the Polish pick, absolutely. It is not a pick I see them losing against Argentina, especially seeing how the previous picks have been going for, like especially mixed mod 2 for Argentina. I'm not expecting them to be able to match the Polish scores on lower HD at all. And also first time I believe we see this map, the lower HD one by Dika. Becoming kind of a classic in lower HD in CWC now. This one features though quite a lot of rhythm changes kind of, and unexpected rhythms. That would make the main difficulty in HD. Still, it is quite friendly to play, I would say. It flows quite well. Just gotta be careful about some of these rhythms, but they should be fine.
Yeah, pretty much. Gonna be looking to see pretty much the third player from Poland. If the third player from Poland can keep up with Fob and Trigon, I'm assuming it's gonna be Barber of Darkness. If Barber of Darkness can keep up with Fob and Trigon on this, it should be easy, you know, piece of pie. They're going to be completely chilling on this. They're going to go to match point if he can keep up with it. But if Barber of Darkness can't really keep up with Fob and Trigon, and Fob and Trigon maybe have 1 or 2 misses, which probably a bit unexpected for them, maybe you could see something for Argentina, but it's going to be really hard considering this is probably Argentina's weakest map in the pool, I would assume.
For sure. And it might be Poland's strongest one, honestly, comparatively to other teams. But will Poland be able to get on match point on their own pick? Honestly, the best case scenario here for Argentina would be to take the break point right here and now, because they're down 1, but it is going to be a tall task.
I mean, if they end up break pointing Poland on the lower yard hidden, I mean, I don't know what to say at that point.
Yeah.
Argentina for podium at that point, I mean, come on.
Yeah.
It's going to be very tall order. Everybody holding strong throughout this intro. Nothing too crazy in the intro.
Oh, going good so far for both teams. Just Trigon having a very low ag, which gives advantage to Argentina, but Story will be the first one breaking, and Valperky at 202. Just reset after getting that 200 combo is not what you want. It will be traded by Bobber though, but it's still 2 versus 1 as FCs for Poland, and expecting Trigon and Fob to miss on this is just not what you want.
It's very hard for them to find a miss. I mean, they definitely could, but this is their bread and butter here.
The Gonzags will be finding a miss, and Valperky again, and it's
already tough. Fob does miss once though, but it's already, you're looking at 2 misses of a gap. You're gonna need a bit of a breakdown from Poland coming into the second half of the map, and that's not what we want to see. Valperky getting another miss. There's 1 miss though from Bobber, straighted.
Yeah, keeping the hope alive, I guess, kind of for Argentina, but it is a dying hope at this point in the last third of the map. Especially with Trigon still saying Bobber though, another miss. But we'll still need more and more, and Argentina will need to hold.
You know, it's pretty crazy actually that I'm looking at it. It's 2 more misses from Argentina, which is probably going to seal the deal for Poland here, but crazy thing is, Trigon has the lowest accuracy in the lobby, but he's still FCing. Just a little bit of a cool, interesting fact right there.
The Trigon moment. Yeah, once again, a couple of misses, and the Argentinian players just really not managing to find combo on this pick, but that was to be expected, honestly.
Yeah, it's like, what's a droplet, dude? You don't need droplets, just FC the map. Simple.
That is true. That is very true. And still, solid team score, obviously, from Poland. Just Bobber a bit behind, but that's we expected compared to Fob and Trigon, probably 2 of the best HD players on the scene right now. But that was the pick for Poland to win. Now Argentina just doesn't have a choice anymore, has to win their own pick, which is going to be with Nomad 1. Again, Nomad 1 to me is kind of... I'm not sure about, because it's kind of the same at...
Like, it would have been decent instead of the last Hard Rock 3. But now, after Poland has pretty much exhausted all of the hidden pool, this is probably one of the picks that Poland's feeling more comfortable on, I would assume. Right? This is one of the only maps up in the pool that a Triple FC is actually possible on for both of these teams. I'm just shocked that we didn't see a Hard Rock 1 or a DT 1 coming out of Argentina. I would have assumed that those would be like straight out the gate with them. But This one, not horrible for Argentina. Definitely can still pull out the win on this one. I mean, we saw their scores on Nomad 2. They did very well in the Nomad 2. So,
Yeah.
the only thing is, after this pick, if Argentina wins this pick, you're looking at Poland's next pick, and you don't see much left for Poland, if you're being honest. You see Mixed Mod 1 is the only thing that really stands out to me from Poland, but it's not low AR. So Argentina can easily put up a huge roster on that. Serganzi would completely destroy Hard Rock, I'm pretty sure, on that map. So, if Argentina does win this pick, it could be a likely tiebreaker scenario, but Poland still has to lose their pick as well after that, which would be still a tall order.
For sure. Just, yeah, that's exactly what we were saying. Just one misspeak and it's almost over. But Argentina will be trying to win on this one. Honestly, banking on the consistency because it's one of the most FCable maps in the pool. As the Nomad 1, but even more for these players, I would say. It is absolutely a type of Nomad 1 that you can be so consistent on if you're good enough. So, expecting FCs for sure. And a couple of misses might be just the difference needed. And we see the first miss from Bobber.
Yeah. Super early. They're low 200 combo, so it's not going to be as punishing as some other misses coming out later in the map, but it's still definitely a miss. And on this map where you don't expect too many misses, probably going to mean something towards the end of the map. We already see it's already about a 20,000 point score difference.
Yeah, here really on their own pick, it's all about the Argentinian players performing. They have the ability to, but consistency in tournament is something that's a bit different. Honestly, we might not see other misses. Unlikely, but could be. With how this map goes. Going into the first Sky section, still Bobber being the only miss. That's making the 20k difference.
Yeah, big thing to know as well, this map is a bit shorter than your average Nomad 1, only about 3 minutes long. So, nothing too much in this map.
Yeah, and everyone is performing as expected. Halfway through, only one miss out of 6 players.
Yeah, and it doesn't really get much harder than the last course. We pretty much already saw the peak of the map, so these players are still holding on pretty consistently. It's going to be very hard to find a miss for these teams. Say the break. Poland knows they're down by about half of a miss here.
Yeah.
Nobody gets one trapped by that little tiny spinner.
Yeah, that might be it, honestly. Really, just the tiny miss from Bobber is finishing.
That's gonna be another one though.
Oh yeah, that is very huge. Now Argentina can allow themselves to miss once and still be in the lead. Just a tiny difference at the highest level here in this match. Still, I believe a double miss from 2 different players on the Argentina side might be enough for Poland to come back,
yeah.
But not expecting
it's
that.
Definitely still enough.
Yeah.
But, I mean, will they even find a single miss at this point? There's still triple FCing, by the way. 2 SSs.
Will we see a quintuple FC on this map?
I mean, it's possible.
It
only got a little bit of a sliver left. This is the hardest part of the map, but, I mean, everybody is just looking so solid on this so far.
I believe that should be it, really, coming into the very end. We see
3 misses.
No? We see 5 FCs on this Nomad 1. Absolutely insane. Just 2 tiny misses from Bobber will be the difference here. Argentina
that single miss
managing...
would have been even the difference from Bobber in the intro.
No, that is true.
I mean, that's also the thing. That was the thing that you were scared of going into this map. We knew that Nomad 1 could easily be a triple FC map for both of these teams.
Yeah.
And seeing Argentina, they actually held out this time. They did get the triple FC, which is what they wanted. They bring it into the match point. The one before, potentially the first tiebreaker. of our Catch World Cup this year.
Yes. Might be.
Crazy enough that we still haven't had a
Still
single
haven't.
tiebreaker. And we're looking at the remaining maps here. We see Hard Rock 1, DT 1, DT 2, and Mixed Mod 1. And I mean, for me, this is the easiest choice of my life on Poland. You have to go Mixed Mod 1. There is no world where you don't go Mixed Mod 1 here. I'm like almost certain. The only thing is, Hard Rock on Mixed Mod 1 is going to be the real pain spot for Poland.
Yeah. It's probably going to be Argentina favored, but you have to hope that the HD player gaps enough the other HD player to win.
Yeah. I mean, if I'm being completely honest, I think all 4 of these maps remaining are favored for Argentina.
It might be, honestly. Looking at
Like,
it,
I think Poland just out of picks. We do see they added a timeout, so
yeah.
they're going to be thinking about this one quite a bit. Pretty much where we are in the same little spot that we're in, thinking about what to pick next. You see Hard Rock 1. Hard Rock 1, not the strengths of Fob and Trigon. DT 1 and 2, definitely not the strengths of Fob and Trigon. Definitely not DT 1. There is no world we're seeing a DT 1.
No, yeah.
And knowing what I've seen from some DMs with some of the Polish players, I don't think we're seeing a DT2 either. We might see it, but it's a coin flip, I think, at that point. So, Hard Rock 1 maybe, Mixed Mod 1 probably would be the pick. But I'm just so scared of seeing Sir Gonza on Hard Rock, on Mixed Mod 1 with the Hard Rock. I don't think there's many people who can match him on the Hard Rock on Mixed Mod 1. I think Trigon could do his best, but it's really hard.
No, for sure. Also, to mention Trigon, by the way, we almost never did not mention that because it's kind of to be expected in this match, but Trigon has a 6 FC streak going on right now, by the way.
Yeah. Insane. I mean, Trigon definitely one of the most consistent players and one of the best players in the World Cup so far right now, too.
No, absolutely. And you know that this Polish roster is a roster that counts a lot on Trigon's consistency, and seeing last year how their matches went, you know, it's also a team that thinks a lot about strategy and definitely goes very prepared into the matches. So I think there's a lot of discussion going on right now in the Polish roster about what to go next, because this is such a crucial moment in this match.
The real good thing, at least for Poland, is I think they're favored on the tiebreaker. So if all things go bad for this map, it doesn't matter. They still have at least a tiebreaker. They're themselves the tiebreaker. They don't need to worry about that. And I mean, Fob and Trigon on a tiebreaker, that's not super hard. Still in the high 6-star, low 7-star area, they could definitely just do very well on it. And again, you look at Argentina, Tori and Sir Gonza on this tiebreaker, they would just completely destroy it. And then Vopike, I'm sure Vopike still has the ability to do it. And yeah, there we go. You see the pick from Poland is going to be the Mixed Mod 1. Not surprising at all there. That's pretty much the only pick they really could have gone for, I think, in this situation.
Yeah, it's absolutely the one that makes the most sense. We'll see, because honestly, yeah, Argentina has to win the HR battle and Poland has to win the HD, and it's about who is going to win it by the most. I'm not expecting much difference between the Nomad players unless there's a big accident, because honestly the map on Nomad is not that difficult.
Yeah.
So we'll
I'm
see.
expecting it the hidden player from Argentina probably a little bit lower, but the Hard Rock player on Poland also probably a little bit lower. So it's going to be really about how much those two can cancel each other out, and if the other two players for each team can stay consistent on this one.
Yeah. And honestly, also at this point for both teams, this is a very stressful situation. Nerves might be coming into play, so we might see unexpected misses. But also, though, I will say that, yeah, I very much feel like Poland is a team that really manages to be pretty good even in difficult situations. They manage their stress pretty well. I always see Trigon even in the difficult situations pulling up and doing amazing. So I'm not too worried about that for Poland, but we never know.
We do see, I think, Madsen coming in for the side of Poland. Gotta wonder whether Trigon or Madsen will be playing Hard Rock. We did see Madsen play the Hard Rocks before on some of them. He did pretty well on Hard Rock before, so maybe we see Madsen playing Hard Rock or Trigon. It's gonna be close.
Honestly, I would say it would make a bit more sense to have Trigon on the HR, actually. Yeah.
Oh, the slots have definitely messed up on this one. They're not. There's no way they're like what's it called? Symmetrical. because we see Fob and
right,
Sergon
yeah,
both
yeah,
in the
yeah.
top slot, so they're at least
Yeah,
not symmetrical. We know that.
Yes, yes.
There is no way we say Sergon's a hidden, right?
Hey, Fob HR only.
Yeah. Okay.
Wait.
Wait. Okay. Wait.
Oh,
Oh,
whoa.
no way. No way you're
This
doing
is
this to me, Fob.
spicy. This
No
is
way.
spicy.
Oh no. Wait, what is this?
Hey, they've taken 2 whole minutes to think about this one. And Poland, usually when they take that much time to think about something, they
What?
have a plan, but this is absolutely unexpected.
They're cooking, man. They're cooking way too much.
They are, but it might be
They
what they
left the
need.
food in the oven, I think, with this one a little bit. We're seeing Fob on the Hard Rock, which, I mean, if you follow Fob, you knew that like a year ago this would never be on
Oh, no.
the table. But I mean, he has gotten a lot better, so maybe he's trying to be that rock for Poland on this one. It's definitely doable for him. I know he can do it, but it's gonna be definitely out of his comfort zone.
Yeah, we'll see. Maybe to give Madsen the Nomad to be more comfortable and maybe get an FC, but it is tough.
I mean,
So
hey,
far,
everyone's
though.
doing good so far.
Dragon
That's the
actually.
first miss though. It's traded. Traded by Volker.
Yeah. First miss in 6 maps by Dragon. 7 maps actually by Dragon.
Yeah.
Light advantage to Argentina.
And I think he missed just very slightly more than Volker.
Yeah, at least we can
See
tell
the
on the odds.
accuracy.
Yeah. Any miss from anyone can be the difference here.
Thing is, this section is also very hard. Trigon misses again. It is before 200 combo. That is a big thing to note. Fob misses on the Hard Rock though. One traded by Velperk, so not too big. But the thing is, with Trigon's miss, it was before 200 combo. Fob's miss there, it's a bit painful. We see Sergon's and Story still holding onto the FC's. Madsen is trying to hold out for Poland on this pick. They see the break. They know they're down by about 50,000 points, and it's only going to get a little bit higher. Going to cap at about 65,000.
Yeah, might have been an overcook from Poland on this peak.
It's one miss from Sergonza.
Yeah, but it's still 50k, honestly.
Yeah, they're going to need, maybe even they need 2 more misses, but that miss from Fob is not going to bring it closer. On the hidden though. No more FCs left for Argentina. Only Madsen with the FC left for Poland. He's trying to hold it together for the team. Score gap is getting slightly smaller.
Yeah, 40k though, it is kind of a lot. Onto the last quarter of the map. Fob again
Fob
missing.
misses right after the break.
And I think we might be looking. Story actually finds a break, still keeps it
Not
kind
over
of
yet.
competitive on this ending, which has kind of patterns that you can miss. Actually, not a lot of combo density though.
Yeah, the thing is, this ending is probably the hardest for the Hard Rock players, but Sergonza has been showing that he's just a little bit of a step ahead over Fob on the Hard Rock.
And we might be looking at the first tiebreaker of this CWC, honestly.
Yeah, it seems like we are going to be getting it. Oh, baby.
What a match. Madsen still managed to hold the FC till the very end. It was a good idea to put Madsen on Nomad, but still Trigon finding more misses than expected will be giving the breakpoint to Argentina. We're now on match point on tiebreaker. What a match.
Yeah, this is getting a bit spicy here. Seed number 7 taking Poland to the tiebreaker with a break point on the final pick of the match. They needed the break point there. They got the break point. They're headed to the tiebreaker. This is the first tiebreaker we've seen all year, by the way. First one all year. We didn't see a single one in round of 32, none in round of 16. And here we are getting the first one in the round of 8. Seed number 7 versus seed number 2. I mean, this is something that you wouldn't expect the seed number 2 to be challenged just yet, usually. Maybe in another round you'd see them get a little bit spicy, but Argentina is completely taking it to Poland at this point. And I mean,
Yeah.
this map is definitely one where we could see amazing performances from pretty much everybody on this one, right? Like, these players have been showing, we even saw, you mentioned Trigon, he's been doing amazing so far in this match, and I think he's probably the key player to look out for Poland if he can pull out an FC on the tiebreaker, and I know he can.
Yeah, we might see just a single carry performance, honestly. It is very possible. If everyone finds misses here and there, an FC or close to an FC could be the difference maker. But honestly, yeah, maybe not expecting this from Argentina, but at the same time, people were not expecting Argentina maybe because they haven't been very consistent so far in this World Cup, but today, they have been playing to their fullest potential, I would say. This is the Argentina we would expect from these three guys. And
yeah,
they managed to take Poland on tiebreaker because of that.
I mean, pretty much everything has been going right for Argentina so far. Surgonza has been pretty much performing as you would expect Surgonza to. He's been playing super well in community tournaments recently. vv2166864724, still one of the oldest players in this game, by the way. He's been playing for over a decade, I'm pretty sure. He's one of the guys who used to compete with XCon way back in the day. And saying you could compete with XCon, I mean, that's enough words in itself to show how good you are. And Story, still the highest ranked player in this tournament, by the way. He has shown that he still has what it's got to be able to play this map pool on the level. And Argentina, I mean, they're one of the highest scaling teams as well left in the tournament. So if they win this match, we could be looking at an Argentina podium, honestly.
They might. I think honestly, both of these teams are looking to podium this year. Poland,
Yeah.
I mean, everyone has been expecting Poland to get second. It's pretty much like everyone's prediction. But Argentina has been kind of unsure. But if they play to this extent on the following matches, and if they win this tiebreaker, it is such a huge advantage for them in the bracket. Because imagine either of these teams in the loser bracket. This is crazy.
I mean, there is no better match to have our first tiebreaker on as well, by the way. Like, C2 versus C7, round of 8, first tiebreaker. Both of these teams are just probably sweating in their pants right now. I also want to say, if you want to support your teams, make sure you go support the teams with a banner. You can purchase banners. Somebody will link it in the chat, I'm sure, with the command. Go get yourself either a Polish or Argentinian banner.
So as for the rosters, absolutely Fob, Trigon, Argentina is going to be the same guys. It's going to be Philo for the third on Poland.
Yeah, Philo instead of Bobber. Not too surprising. I think Philo has a higher mechanical cap than Bobber does on some of these maps.
Yes.
The thing is, you really have to be scared about the third player's consistency for Poland. The third player has been pretty much the main difference for Poland and Argentina in this match, is how well can the third player keep up with Bob and Trigon. And we do see actually Bobber coming back in instead of Philo. So, I mean, I think the two are pretty much interchangeable on this map, all things considered. I think Philo is slightly better mechanically, but Bobber probably a little bit more consistent, so it's really about balancing those two aspects out.
Yeah, also, I mean, maybe just on the feeling, because it is a tiebreaker, the nerves are present for sure, maybe the experience also of Bobber, the veterans.
Bobber's captain of the team.
Yeah.
Having your captain in on this map does go a bit of a way.
Here we go.
Yep,
Ladies
two
and
hidden
gentlemen.
as well.
Yeah, I mean, kind of to be expected by Story and Fob.
Yeah, they're pretty much two of the biggest hidden players in the game.
Yeah. The first tiebreaker of this CWC 2024 on this absolutely crazy match. Who will prevail? We will know in a bit more than 5 minutes. It is a pretty difficult, actually, tiebreaker mechanically. Has also a couple of quite tricky tech sections. But all these players are so good that it shouldn't really be an issue for them. It's going to be all about that consistency, playing under pressure.
Yeah, I mean, if there's any match to have a tiebreaker in, this is probably the two teams that have two of the strongest tiebreaker rosters, in my opinion. Story and Trigon, they play these maps on the daily, right? They always play the 5-6 minute long maps and get insane scores on them. Surgonza and vv2166864724, they've been around, they know what they're doing. Bob and Bobber, again, they just know how to play these maps so well. We actually do see the first miss coming from Bobber right on 400 combos traded by vv2166864724. vv2166864724 actually missing quite a bit, but Bobber's second miss gonna trade.
Trigon though, not expected.
Yeah, bit of a bigger miss from Trigon too. Only see
one FC left for Poland with Bob.
Yeah, gonna be giving a slight advantage to Argentina. Obviously, it's a super long map, so anything is possible until the very end.
Yeah, this tiebreaker, again, I will mention, this one is a lot harder than previous years in this round. I know previous years people would complain, say tiebreaker is too easy between these two teams. Now we got an actual juggernaut of a map, you could say, for these two teams to match up on.
Ooh, this thick section with double bobbers finding reason for breaking the FC. It is now 2 FC against 0. Circumfax is gonna find a break too, but Bobber trades it and it's giving still the combo advantage to Argentina.
Yeah, story drops though, but Bobber is really just not trying to find he's not finding his footing on this one, really. He's quite a bit below pretty much everybody else. You see that pretty much Bobber right now is the sole difference between the two scores, I think, between these two teams. About 40,000 less, and we see the break here. Argentina knows they're up by about 40,000 points. It's going to be maybe 2 misses on a map this long, maybe even slightly more than 2 misses.
Yeah, still though, 2/3 to go through. Can they hold? Now half of the map is over, leaving a 40,000 score lead for Argentina. The pressure is building up. Can they hold is the question. Coming into the K section.
Yeah, everybody seems to have stabilized pretty well on this one. Trigon and Velperk breaking over 1,000 combo, but Bob does find another miss.
And Bobber!
As well as Bobber. It's looking super dire.
It is looking super bad for Poland right now. It's a trade between Bobber and Velperk, but Poland wants to hold combo. Bobber, once again, it's Circumstance though, giving the slight combo advantage to Poland. But Bobber is not really finding any combo, and Trigon missing again.
Breaks his combo. It's gonna be about 100,000 points.
Yeah, it is starting to be. Sir Gonzax though missed the whole section. I'm not sure what happened here. Stopped moving.
I mean, he's still got a great score. I mean,
yeah,
that's 70,000 points. Only a third left in the map between these two teams. And I mean, Bobber hasn't really found his footing at all on this map. You see, Trigon and Bob pretty much exact same score between the two. They've been consistent on this one. Story has been just completely gapping this map on his own. Suganza and Bobber breaking.
Trigon though! Well. It's just Story holding so well on this pick. This is where you would expect Story to perform and absolutely doing it.
Yeah, this is the complete bread and butter for Story. Only a single miss so far, by the way, with Hidden as well. I'll add that as well. His accuracy is 99.96. Hasn't even missed a droplet, just one single missed note.
What a performance from the Argentinian squad on this one. Still entering the very end of the last eighth, pretty much. We're looking at 90k score difference.
It's insurmountable, I think, at this point.
I don't think
you need a miracle.
Poland can do it. It will genuinely be a miracle. And wishing a miracle against Story, who's holding 1600 combo on this tiebreaker.
Yeah, 1700, even building more. And I mean, even then, his two teammates, Velperk and Surganza, over 1,000 combo for Velperk, just under 800 for Surganza. Bob has a really good comeback on this map, but I mean, nobody's missing on this final last section. Everybody has above 800 combo.
Onsax is finding one, but obviously it's way too late. Bobber managed to get some combo at the end, but that could have been earlier for Poland because now it's unsurmountable. They will get 10k points back, but still, very end missed by Velperk, but it is not going to be enough.
We're going to be seeing Argentina upsetting Poland, moving on into the winner's bracket. They're going to be playing against the winner of France versus Finland. And for Poland, this is just heartbreaking. This was their year, you could say, to make a big splash. Everybody had them predicted as a #2 podium team. And taking a bit of a detour in the losers bracket, definitely not what they expected on this match. But if there's any team that could come back from this, it is definitely Poland. Argentina, though, wow. They just defied all expectations. Story with a singular miss on this map.
Crazy. And
Absolute madness for having this match be the first tiebreaker of the year. It's just peak cinema, absolute cinema. You know,
absolute cinema indeed. What a match, and what a way to end it, especially for Argentina, who actually certified top 6 now in the CWC. Fun fact, Argentina hasn't been top 6 in CWC since 2016.
yeah, that's
This
a
is the
long,
year.
long time ago. This is the year for Argentina. I mean, they got out of the early rounds. That was the big question for Argentina: is could they get out of the early rounds unscathed? And well, I mean, this match was definitely really close, but they made it into the winners bracket. They're going into the semifinals in the winner bracket, which means they at least get to play in a finals map pool. And honestly, seeing those three players that we just saw destroy that match on a finals map pool, it's scary. It's very scary.
It's scary, but it's gonna feel so good for Argentina, who finally actually performs to their fullest extent, to the full potential that we know these players can play. They show that maybe rough qualifiers, maybe some slower points here and there, but now quarterfinals, these guys are not here to mess around. They scale absolutely incredibly into these more difficult pools, and they're gonna be an extremely scary opponent. And at this point, honestly, I think they're aiming to get to the grand finals even.
Yeah, they definitely could make that push. It's honestly super well played to Argentina for that one. But we do also have another match that is going to be on the B stream. I believe it is on live right now if you want to go take a look at that. I'm not sure if we're going to be hosting that one or not because there's going to be even more matches to come today. So you can go on the B stream right now. Go check out Indonesia versus Spain. Indonesia is up 1 point right now, going on to the second map, Hidden One. So go give that match a little bit of a watch. I have been Sekre. I've been joined by Real Mas. Thank you guys for watching this amazing match.
Yeah, thank you guys. See you around.